for today's DIY, I'm doing something completely different. So I decided to do a little challenge to myself, and basically I'm doing 10 DIY room decor using items that I already had in my household. I tried my best to obviously use things that you guys too may already have around your house. As a disclaimer, everyone's household is different and you carry different things and you may have different things laying around. And obviously I'm gonna have a couple more things than you guys usually would because I'm a DIY YouTuber. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you guys want me to do this again, please let me know and let's jump right into it. For this first DIY, we're going to be making this denim organizer, and for this DIY, you're going to need an old pair of jeans, a pair of scissors. I'm using a hot glue gun, but regular glue would work for this as well. You can either use this as a decoration, so I'm just showing you here with some flowers. You can use fake flowers or real flowers. Then lastly, you're going to need a white canvas. If you don't have a canvas laying around, you can paint a piece of cardboard white. Use a piece of maybe scrap wood or an old book that you have lying around would work for this too. So for this, all you have to do is cut out one of the pockets on your pair of jeans. I cut it out like larger and then trimmed off the excess edges. After that, it's as simple as this. Is all you have to do is just add some glue or your hot glue to the back of the jean and glue it directly on to your canvas. I didn't glue it completely center because you are going to be adding items to it. So here I'm just showing it to you as a decoration, what it would look like with flowers in it. I think it's so pretty, but I particularly am using this for a sunglasses organizer. This is a great room decor piece for organizing, or if you just want to use it simply as a decoration for your room. This next DIY was actually requested by one of you guys and I absolutely love it. I have never seen this before in the United States, but I know it's a big thing like overseas. So for this, I'm just using some paper bags. You can use plants of your choice or pretty much anything you want to put into the bag. I'm using some white paint and some scissors. And then I'm using the little paper bag logo that I just printed off of online. So basically for this, you're just going to put one paper bag in the other. I put two just so it's a little bit more sturdy. And then after that, I snipped off about 2 inches of the top of the bag, and then I proceeded to fold over the top of the bag twice. So you pretty much just have to work with this and flip it over once and then flip it over again. It can be a little tedious, but it works. And then after that, I just added a layer of white paint to the front. Before it was completely dry, I went and put the logo on top of the paint just so it would stick. And then after that, you just let it dry and you're all done. I just added some of these little eucalyptus plants in it and I just used it to make a little decor piece on top of my dresser. For the next DIY, we're going to be making this reusable bag pillow, and pretty much any reusable bag will work for this. So mine is from Free People that I'm using. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, a hot glue gun, and then you can use pretty much any pillow that you have lying around. So basically take your reusable bag and get the pillow in there as best as you possibly can. I just kind of moved it around a little bit and that worked for me. So after that's done, you're just going to take the hot glue and glue the top seams of the bag together. And it looks like it's actually already supposed to be done that way just because the seams will match up perfectly. I cut the handle in half and then I went in and snipped each of those sides a little bit at the top, and then you can actually just pull the fabric apart and it should pull apart evenly. I did that to both sides of my bag. I then took those pieces and created a bow on each side just to add a little something extra to the pillow, and that's pretty much all you have to do and you have your brand new reusable bag pillow. I love the way this looks with the other pillows I already have on my couch. DIY number 4 is this mirror tray, and for this DIY you are going to need some sort of mirror. You're going to need a hot glue gun. You can also use super glue, a piece of wood, but you can also use a stick, and I'm using a saw, but you can also use a pair of scissors, so everything can be switched out. If you don't have a mirror, you can actually take one out of one of your old makeup palettes, just go ahead and clean it off and it pops right out. So all I'm doing is measuring the 2 sides of my mirrored piece with that wood. Again, you can use like sticks or branches from outside. I'm just cutting out those 2 pieces, and once I'm done, I'm filling in the other sides and making sure that that piece of wood is smaller so it fits in between the other 2 pieces. Make sure you do that so it works, and then I'm just taking all of the pieces and gluing them down exactly where they go, and that's pretty much all you have to do, and you have this cute new little trinket tray that you can use in your bedroom. For this candle DIY, it's great to upcycle any old candles that you have lying around. So for this, you're just going to need a candle that is simply wax, and some thumbtacks. You can also depot old candles if you have those as well. So for this, it's super simple. You just put the thumbtacks into the wax and they go in super simply. You can make tons of different designs or anything with this. For this one, I just did 2 rows at the bottom. Just make sure you keep the thumbtacks away from the flame and anywhere where the wax would drip, but that's all you have to do, and you have this new little dressed up candle. I love the way it looks, and it's a good way to repurpose, like I said, older candles you may have lying around. Upcycling old wine bottles can be great for decor, and they're usually easy to find. So you're just going to need an old wine bottle, some twine or string. You can use a real flower for this or fake flowers, some scissors, and lastly you're going to use a hot glue gun. If you don't have a hot glue gun, super glue would also work really great for this. So to initially clean off the bottle, you can soak it in some warm water and then use an old sponge and just scrub off the label. It usually comes off pretty easily after you've let it soak for about 5 or 10 minutes in that water. And so I started by adding a little dot of hot glue, placing my twine at the top, and then I simply just twisted the wine bottle around several times to kind of wrap the twine around the top of your little wine bottle. Once you're done wrapping it around the top, I suggest that you snip it off and then glue that piece down. When you're going to hang it up, I suggest that you make that cord that's hanging it up separate. So I went and double knotted another piece of that twine. Again, just hot gluing it down to make sure that it's extra secure. So I double knotted it, but put hot glue in the middle. And then I snipped off the end and just made a loop. And again, knotted that twice on the end because this is what's going to hang it up. And after that, all you pretty much have to do is just hang it from a hook on your wall. I think that this would be a really great addition to like a gallery wall, or you can do multiples of these, but I think it turned out really great. This next DIY is pretty much just to give you guys the idea that you can like frame press plants. So for this, I'm just using a frame and some plants. I didn't have time to press mine. Keep in mind, if you press plants, it takes about 2 days, and I forgot that I needed to do that before this video. So you can still make it work like I did, but just basically remove your frame and your glass and just put your plants in. Now, if you didn't press them, you want to put the white part of the frame in and then just push down onto the back, and you can still get it to work. However, I do recommend pressing the plants, but you can frame flowers or any sort of leaves like this, and I think it just looks really pretty and decorative for your bedroom. Number 8 is this string light jar lamp, and for this you're just going to need any jar that you have lying around, or like a glass vase would work for this as well. Some lights. If you don't have any string lights lying around, be sure to check like your Christmas decorations. You might have some lights in there that you can use. And then you're going to need some scissors if you're using a mason jar style. So be really careful when you do this, but you can take your scissors and put a hole into that mason jar. I sealed mine off with a little bit of hot glue just so there's no rough edges that will cut you. So all you do here is you take your string lights and you want to string as many of them into your jar that you can fit, but make sure you leave a lot of the cord left to be able to plug your lights in. So you're going to string your cord through that hole and then through the other piece of the mason jar and just screw the lid on. After that, all you have to do is plug it in and light it up, and I just think this adds a great mood lighting to your room. Number 9 is a really popular household DIY, and that is just basically using shopping bags as storage. So you're just going to need some shopping bags for this and thumbtacks. The good thing is I'm sure you have a ton of shopping bags lying around, and you can switch these out to match the decor in your room. So they're easy to switch out, and obviously this is super affordable. So all you're gonna do is take your bag and thumbtack it to your wall. I recommend about 3 to 4 thumbtacks just to make it a little bit more secure and stable. But however, keep in mind, this is just a shopping bag and thumbtacks, so don't put anything super heavy in it, but they're great for storage. You can put like little charms and necklaces. It's great for extra jewelry storage. I would also recommend using this for maybe scarves or out of season pieces you can just put in there. And it actually looks super cool. So I just put like some items in it to hide them away, as well as making it like a little decor piece. I put my little keychain and a little bandana and some sunglasses. So I absolutely love the way that this DIY turned out, and again, super affordable. This last DIY I had seen on Pinterest for years now, and I honestly just didn't think it would actually work. So for this, you're going to need popsicle sticks, a hot glue gun, and some scissors. If you don't have popsicle sticks, you can probably use branches and make some sort of coaster with those as well, but it's not going to be quite the same. So for this, you're just going to snip off the edges to make them straight instead of round. Don't get frustrated if you break a few popsicle sticks. It happens. I think I broke about 4 doing this whole process because they will snap in half sometimes when you go to snip off the edges, but that is okay. And then you are just going to take 2 of the popsicle sticks and you're going to glue 3 popsicle sticks on top of it facing upwards. I suggest kind of holding it there, making sure that it's completely dried upwards, or else it's going to fall over and it's going to basically defeat the entire purpose. So you're going to do that 3 times, 1 in the middle and then 1 on each side of those 2 base popsicle sticks. So once you are all done with your base of it, you're gonna go ahead and glue the remaining pieces on the top, and these are just gonna go completely lying flat down. So you just add your hot glue and then place them there. I think I used about 7 of them going across, but I just did the middles and then worked my way inward. That way it was nice and even, and I found that that was the easiest way. Because you're using hot glue, it dries instantly, so you are all done after you've constructed all those last pieces on top of your little coaster. And honestly, I put a full cup of coffee just to show you guys that it actually does work and it holds up really nicely, which is what I didn't think it would do. So those are all of the DIYs. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel for more DIYs. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!